123. The Onside Zone with a big O.
All right.
Two or three of your guys. In fact, down the line and off the foul pole. He does it again. Jesus Aguilar. 2-run shot. 2-0. Marlins on top.
All right.
Ah, yes. Welcome aboard. It's a beautiful thing. My doc has been right. Have you noticed that? Because the voice is much better when I'm doing the shorter shows than doing 3 hours every day. Because, Alex, you've been on for a couple weeks now with me. You notice that when I was doing 3 hours a day, by the end of the week, my voice was running out of gas.
Yeah, you could have make it to the end of the week.
Yeah, right. And so, there's a reason why those dudes go to medicine school for a long time, and they kind of study a lot and barely ever sleep and all that kind of stuff. That's why they know what they know, and I don't know anything. So it's a beautiful thing. Thank you, sir, and appreciate all of you, of course, for tuning in and keeping it locked here on the program. Good afternoon. After a rough night, and I didn't stay as late as the guys because I had to wake up early to go take out some blood. I took out some blood. I didn't realize that when you were going to have an operation, it's not like I have operations, thank the Lord, often. And I didn't realize all the crap you got to go through, bro. I got to get a chest x-ray still. I got to get a COVID test also. So I got to go walk in somewhere to a CVS and go get a COVID test. But you have to take a physical. You got to get your blood work. You got to get, what else? Did I do something else? I mean, it's just amazing all the things you got to do just before you get into, the operating room, which is, by the way, not a big deal. It's, outpatient stuff. So it's not like they're cutting me up or anything like that. So they'll be able to take that thing out and then move on, and I can recover. And I don't know how long it'll take for recovery, but probably about a week. So RC in the 305. I'm feeling great, man. I appreciate all of you out there. I love you all for caring. The good thing is I feel great. I mean, I am kind of tired right now, but that's just the life I lead right now. That's why I'm kind of tired. But physically, I feel great. I don't feel bad or anything. My throat isn't, it doesn't feel bad or anything. There's no discomfort. It just ends up running out of gas if I end up talking for too much, obviously, because I then end up wearing it out. You know what I'm saying? So, we will fix that next Thursday, and we will move on, have a couple days rest. I don't know how long I got to rest. I might be off the air for 3, 4, 5, 6 days. I'm not exactly sure, but, I could be off for a whole week. From a Thursday, maybe even all of the following week, because obviously I won't be here Thursday next week or Friday, and then I don't know how many days next week I'm going to be off, and who knows, I probably will have to start it slowly. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Is sporting the Les Nessman shirt. Yep, just give me the turkeys, baby. I'll heave them out of the plane. That's all. And one of the great episodes of all time in WKRP. In Cincinnati. Anyway, so lots of things to talk about today on the program, and like normal with these shorter shows, I'm not really going to have a lot of guests outside of Ira and Omar and Brett, by the way, and things like that. Because obviously with an hour and a half, we're so condensed. I'm just going to talk about the things that are out there and get that stuff off my chest. So that's how we're going to do it. Rosendo says, good afternoon, Big O and Onside family. Take care of yourself. Maybe you should allow your producer to share more with you. Well, we do. We get him involved, but he's also working back there. That's the other thing that you guys don't realize. Like right now is the slowest time for Alex. But once we go to a commercial break, then it starts where he's podcasting stuff and posting stuff on Twitter and And you guys don't realize it, you know what I mean? So he's doing all kinds of things back there too at the same time, and running YouTube and everything else. So he's got a lot of things. So it's not anything, by choice or anything. We do get him involved, obviously. I get all my producers involved. I've never been although, you know that when I was in traditional radio, do you know that the program directors would come to me all the time and say, your producer needs to produce, don't have him on the air. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know. I thought it was always kind of like the producer chimes in and gives his or her 2 cents.
You have a lot of program directors that don't want the producer talking on the mic. No. They're here to listen to you, not your producer. And it's like, yeah, I hated that. You know what I mean? Because, again, it's kind of what it's one of the themes of this damn station, right? We got a bunch of young people that are working throughout the station. Why? Because we got to develop the future, dude. You got to find people that there's other people out there that can do it that are young. They just need an opportunity to kind of grow into it and learn the business and learn how to do radio and all those kind of things. And so how does somebody get on the air? Well, a lot of times they go from intern to producer to reporter to update person to talk show host. That's kind of usually the ladder that you climb, and that's kind of what I'd like here to do. I'd like to get the people that are going to be on the air, and Alex is on the air. He's on the air every Saturday doing, Deep Into the Count. And by the way, he was thrown into the fire last week because his co-host got stuck and he was, rocking it by himself, which is not something he's used to. But how the hell is he going to learn if he doesn't get the opportunity? That's what I love about people. It's like, well, we want to hire. Yes. Do you have experience? No. Well, then how the hell are they supposed to get experience if you never give somebody a chance? That kind of stuff. So producers start by getting on the air and talking and getting comfortable. And then they do updates. And then you get them as reporters. And then you use them as fill-in guys for hosting and co-hosting. And then you get them as a full-time host. But that's kind of the progression of it. And so that's just, part of the process. It will be here at least. That's for sure. And Rosendo says, just a suggestion to help your voice. No, I know exactly where you're going, Rosendo. So, but it's not one of those things you force. You know what I mean? You can't force to get your producer on. It's got to kind of be part of the flow. You know what I'm saying? Alex says, hope all is well. Do you think the Dolphins schedule IMO? I'm very disappointed the 49ers get 5 primetime games and all the home games, but the Dolphins only get 1 home game. Well, listen, the 49ers are a team that's on the brink, and they've been that team. Miami is not. And we can start the show by talking a little bit about the NFL schedule. What I will not do, and those of you that have followed this show for a while, I don't play the schedule game, okay? I don't do that. I don't tell you which one's going to be a win and which one's going to be a loss because I don't know how good a team is going to be or bad, and you can't predict that. I'm going to judge by the Dolphins what I think they're going to be this year, okay? And what I think they're going to be this year is an 11-win team. That's what I'm picking. I'm picking 11-6 is what I'm picking, okay? I think they'll end up being in the playoffs. That's what I'm picking, okay? Maybe it takes 10, maybe it takes 12, maybe it takes 11. I don't know, but I'm going to give you a number around 11. But I am convinced that this team will be in the playoffs. I'm convinced that Tua will be a much better quarterback this year than he was last year, okay? He's got the weapons he needs now. He's got a lot more experience. I was listening to Kai yesterday. I think it was yesterday when he was talking to her about, or maybe the day before, comparing the off seasons and saying, well, we can't say Tua struggled and Herbert had success and they both had the same off seasons, which they did not have. Nobody had the off season that Tua had. Okay, nobody's coming back from major hip surgery where all you're doing is rehabbing mostly in the off season. Herbert got to throw the football around. He got to play football and prepare a little bit. Not exactly the way you would want. And then obviously had way superior weapons to what Miami has. Now the kid has got his weapons. Okay? Will Fuller is a proven receiver. You got a proven tight end in Mike Gesicki. You got proven a wide receiver in Devontae Parker. And then you sprinkle in a youngster in Jalen Waddle playing off of those guys. He should have a field day. You know what I mean? So but then again, I've been more positive about the Dolphins than most people starting from the first moment. When they tore it all the way down, I said, this is the way you build a team. And I told everybody, well, listen, I wanted Chris Greer hired because I knew he was a good football guy, and that's what's coming. And I keep telling people that, hey, you're going to see that Miami is going to have one of the best front offices in the NFL. And it's already looking like that. So I've been way ahead on the curve on this with what's gone on with the Dolphins, and I'll try to stay way ahead on this. And I'm going to tell you, because I heard Omar this morning. I think he predicted the Dolphins 8-9. I think he's crazy. I think the Dolphins are going to win double digits. I think they win at least 11 games, and I think they get into the playoffs. I don't think people realize the potential that this team has now. They won 10 games last year. How can they not win more when they're better right now? You know, they made several improvements overall. They added a really good draft now to this team. They added some free agents. I like the way this team has been built. I like the plan behind it. I like the experience they added in a couple of linemen, along with the young linemen that they have and the new guy that they drafted, who I think is going to be phenomenal out of Notre Dame. So for me, I have much more hope that the Dolphins will turn into a hell of a team. But to answer your question, Alex, to kind of, go long-winded on this, they have to go prove it to people. Okay? It can't be just some crazy host that thinks, the Dolphins are going to be a hell of a team, so now we should put them on prime time. It's kind of like you got to already become that team, and then we'll put you on prime time. So it's obvious. And so since the Dolphins are still trying to kind of break through, then this year when they break through, you'll see next year they'll be awarded with several of the primetime games. Now, Alex, you are correct, right? You have the Thursday game against Baltimore on November 11th at 8:20. You also have the New Orleans game in New Orleans, okay? And I understand the home one is Baltimore. The away one is against New Orleans. But you also have on Week 15 against the Jets. It is to be determined. So maybe something happens there and they get awarded a primetime game at home. You never know. So there is a chance for one more possibly that they could get, down the line. But listen, in the end, that shouldn't be what gets you off as a Dolphins fan. What gets you off as a Dolphins fan is watching Jalen Phillips turn into a player, watching Jalen Waddle absolutely burn people, Javon Holland kick ass, Eichenberg become a starter, all of these things. Hunter, help you out at tight end that you have two tight ends now attacking defenses. All this is what should inspire you as a Dolphins fan. That watching Solomon Kinley and Robert Hunt improve. Watching Austin Jackson, who, by the way, hasn't had an offseason in 2 years. 2 years ago, he's giving away bone marrow. Last year, it was the pandemic. This is the first time Austin Jackson has an offseason. And now he has a year of experience in the NFL under his belt. I expect him to take that next step also. I expect Myles Gaskin to be better because of all the people in front of him. And the receivers and the tight ends and the quarterback. I expect Tua to be much better. I expect Van Ginkel to play even more snaps now and make more plays. I expect Miami's secondary to be better than it was last year. So to me, there's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to with the Dolphins, but maybe I'm too positive about the Dolphins. Maybe I'm naive about the Dolphins. We'll see. And maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm going to be wrong. I think I'm going to be right. I think we're going to see a hell of a team. I think we're going to see a team that people are going to be scared of playing in the playoffs because they're going to go, that's a really good and young team. They are dangerous. And by the way, you got a coach that can get the max out of players. You got a coach that can develop players, okay? That's the other thing. So I have, and to me, the offensive situation is not as dire as people make it out to be. The players are there. These coaches know a lot of these players. You added a Charlie Fry to help out Tua. There's a lot of things to me that have been done right this offseason that I think the Dolphins are ready to take another step forward, like they have so far 2 years in a row. So there's no reason for me to think that they're not going to be better this year. Okay? But that's just me. That's the way I'm looking at it. So I'm not worried about how many primetime games they give the Dolphins. What I worry about is watching the Dolphins get to the prime time, the real prime time, the playoffs. And then when you do that, that's when you ultimately sell your team to everybody else out there and you tell them, we're for real. So don't worry about the schedules and don't worry about any of that other stuff. All right, we'll get into more Dolphins talk on the other side. Hey, it's Thursday. Every Thursday from 7 to 9, catch Fight Night with Alex Dotto and James Walker. It's the show dedicated to combat sports. From UFC to boxing to bare-knuckle brawling, Alex and James provide combat sports fans the insight and interviews they crave. Tune in every Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. for Fight Night with Alex Dotto and James Walker. Search and subscribe to the podcast by searching Fight Night on the home for combat sports, OnsideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. They will be there for you when nobody else is, to help you, your family, your community. This is their selfless promise. This is their sworn duty to protect, to serve, to help. They put themselves in harm's way for us. They come to the rescue at times when we need them most. First responders are making enormous personal sacrifices to keep showing up for us and fighting the good fight. Nearly 70% of all firefighters are volunteers. That means when they get injured or quarantined, they may not have a way to pay their rent or keep their family safe and fed. No matter who you are or where you live, when you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org and make a difference today.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. Take their famous Boot Tour Challenge, and there's now outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant or call them for reservations or pickup at 954-785-7565. So get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach to Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant.
Howdy, stranger.
Didn't this used to be Radio Town?
Yes, sir. It was Miami Sports Radio Town one time.
Who in the hell are these cowboys I never saw?
We don't know who these people are, riding in from other towns. There used to be a host in every one of these saloons, trying to talk about local matters, sports.
That ain't good, stranger. Could you tell me how this happened?
Well, it started when one corporation bought another, and they got rid of the good management and brought in a bunch of bumbling idiots and started firing all the local ranchers and replaced them one by one with these strangers from out of town.
I've heard that story before. Static and tumbleweeds, I'm moving on.
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnsideRadio.com.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
You can connect with us at OnsideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. Save it on your cell phone, 844-416-8123. No better place to send your comments, ask questions, win prizes. OnsideRadio.com, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Inter Miami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnsideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
Inter Miami took on CF Montreal at Drive Pink Stadium last night in Fort Lauderdale, and in what was a very disappointing performance, fans not only went home disappointed, but probably went home a little bit wet as well, given the 2+ hour weather delay that both teams and fans had to endure throughout this match. Miami started off the game on the wrong foot, going down 2-0 really early, just like in the Atlanta game when they went down 1-0. They tried to turn it around in the second half, but the formation change and the personnel changes were not enough. Unfortunately, they'll go into Cincinnati on Sunday trying to get a victory.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio.
Cody, congratulations, your major league debut, and you get a win. First things first, what was going through your mind when you stepped on the mound that first inning?
Just thankful, pitching with a thankful heart. I mean, a little bit nervous, but just focused on executing, and just what a blessing it was to have this opportunity. So just pitching with a thankful heart.
When did you
Ah, yes, Cody Poteet, right? Is it Poteet? Is that how it's pronounced, right? Poteet. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks. He picks up the win. Aguilar hits another home run for my fantasy team, his 9th on the year, 2-run shot in the first inning. The kid is batting .291. It's nice to see the Marlins win. See if they go for the series win tonight. Hey, Trevor Rogers, baby. Must-see TV, 4-2, 1.89 ERA. So let's see if they can beat the D-Bags. Should I call them the D-Bags? Whatever. D-Backs, whatever. D-Bags. Somebody was asking me, Lisa was asking me, you still have to get a COVID test even though I'm vaccinated? Yeah. Now, here's the funny part, right? They need the test result by Monday, I think it is, or Tuesday. So I have to go to a CVS today, tomorrow, somewhere, and go get a COVID test. Now, let me ask you something. Let's say I get my COVID test today or tomorrow, and I pass, right? And I take it to them on a Thursday. Can I get COVID from Saturday to Thursday after I get the test? I could still walk in with COVID. So I'm thinking, so wait a minute. So why don't you guys just test your patients that day that they walk into to have the operation? Have them take a test, and within minutes you'll find out if that patient has it or doesn't. You can't have somebody take a COVID test several days before. You can still walk in and have it. See, the thing is, Lisa, I don't know. Well, you should know. You're in Rochester. 7 Yankees have COVID right now. They're all vaccinated. There's a word for the people that are vaccinated and you can still get COVID. I forgot what the word is that they're using now. There's some label that you get, and it can happen. Doesn't mean that you're going to be, hospitalized or anything, because that's why you're vaccinated. But you're still a carrier at that moment. So you could be spreading it to somebody that is not vaccinated. And then, I love the people that don't take it serious. All you got to do, okay? And listen, if those people want to be as ignorant as they want, go ahead. Go look at Brazil and go look at India. Okay? That's a mixture of ignorance, because they had plenty of ignorance in those countries. They thought they were above it and they didn't think it was serious. And then not having also the capabilities to provide for your citizens. We're lucky here in this country that we have all this money that we can go buy hundreds and millions of vaccinations and we can all get vaccinated for free, and which will allow us to get back to our lives. So for those that want to fight it and not believe in it, just go look at Brazil and India. They're losing thousands daily. It's crazy the numbers that are going, and those are the reported numbers. In those countries, oh man, that number is probably 50% or 60% accurate. People washing up on rivers in India, dude, which is crazy. So we're really lucky in this country. So yeah, I gotta get a COVID test still for all of that. It's crazy, right? Jay says, good afternoon, Orlando. I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine a month ago. No side effects. Love it. Love it. Let's see. When I had my ankle surgery at Imperial Point Hospital, I had to take a COVID test, and my surgery was a week after. Shaking my head, right? Doesn't make any sense. Uber says, I'm not getting a gene therapy shot. No thanks. To each their own. Yeah, I know, Uber, of course. It's all they're putting a tracking device in you, bro. They're trying to control you, bro. Don't worry about it. You know, they're trying to, just go to India and Brazil, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Keep on that train of thought. It's not real. It's not going to happen. You know, look what happens in those countries. We're just lucky. And guess what? Those of you that don't want to take a vaccine, you're lucky. A lot of us are getting the vaccine because those of us that are getting the vaccine shot, we're helping us Americans not fall into a bigger death trap. Those of you that don't want to get the vaccine, you're part of the death trap. But, I mean, you know, go ahead, man. If you don't believe it, again, India, Brazil. India, Brazil. That's all you need to know. Those are the two words you could tell anybody that doesn't believe in it. Yeah, it must be fake what's going on in those countries, right? Uber says, not what I said, but okay, I'll put words in my mouth. You said I'm not getting gene therapy shot. You're calling the vaccine a gene therapy shot. I mean, you know, what can I tell you? Yeah, you're part of the people that are probably getting gas right now. Which, by the way, do you people realize out there that you're panicking for nothing? We get all our gas from tankers here in South Florida. We don't get our gas from the pipeline. Okay? We're not going to have a shortage of gas. We're lucky. We're not in the kind of rural towns up north that maybe are affected by that pipeline. We are not affected by that pipeline in South Florida by 0%. Did you see the people that are getting gas in shopping bags? Did you see that lady?
In buckets and in crates and like different like plastic bins and containers. You know, it's crazy.
And I mean, and it seems to me, okay, I can say this. It seems to me the farther south you go, the worse the problem is. Okay, because in Broward, I drive through Broward and I don't see the kind of ridiculous lines that I see in Dade County. The panic. So, you know, whatever. Just so stupid, man. But now it creates problems for those of us that have common sense and we just need gas. We got a bunch of overreacting idiots thinking that the world is coming to an end, and it's, you know, wow. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? It is what it is. All right, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623 if you want to get in on the program. So we have a roundtable question that we pose every week. I'm looking forward to the most, and why? Well, I got to tell you something. The game I'm looking forward to the most is Week 17, January 2nd, 1 p.m. at Tennessee. You know why I'm looking forward to that? Because I know the Dolphins aren't going to get all run over by Derrick Henry. And I know that the Dolphins in that game are going to force the quarterback to beat him. And I know that in that game, just like in the playoffs, the quarterback will not be able to beat you because he never is able to beat you unless everything scripted goes the way it's supposed to go. And Miami has got a good enough secondary, right, that they'll be able to slow a lot of things down. And including a nice big safety by the name of Javon Holland will help out on A.J. Brown, okay? And so if Miami in the front can take care of Henry, I don't fear 17 whatsoever. And I think number one on the Dolphins side is going to light that defense up like a Christmas tree because that defense took a couple steps back last year. And again, from one year to another, we don't know how good or how bad anybody's going to be. But I love the fact that the Dolphins are going to be put in this position because for those of you that are even suckered into what he's done the last couple of years, you'll get to see firsthand action what a real quarterback looks like and what the robot does when, things don't go well. Like in the last 2 years that everything while Derrick Henry's running for, hundreds of yards in a game, it's all right for him. You know what I'm saying? So the game I'm looking forward to is that one. The second to last game of the season, because the last one is on the 9th against New England at Hard Rock Stadium. But week 17, they will travel to Tennessee, and that'll be win number 10 or 11. And then the one against New England will be 11 or 12 or something like that. But it'll be fun because you'll get to see the Dolphin past, and you'll see the difference why the Dolphin present provides you a much better chance to have success, not just in the playoffs, but win a Super Bowl, which is ultimately what we all want to see the Dolphins win, and they will be in line for something like that in the next couple of years. But this year, it's going to be fun watching them really blossom into being one of the marquee teams in the league, and by the end of this coming season, people will be believing in the Dolphins. And by the end of this coming season, in week 17, that's when you, or those of you that bought into the fluff, will now realize what's going on now. That now you have a real quarterback, and this is the reason why the other guy isn't here anymore. That's what I'm looking forward to. Okay? Willie Molina says, please talk sports, not effing COVID. Willie, you know one of the rules on this show, right? Do not tell the host what to do. It's not a good thing to tell the host at least this host, what to do. NorCal says worldwide Dolphin clubs November 7th, Fins versus Texans will be fan club weekend. See you there, Big O. You got it. Just don't bring your wives because Deshaun Watson may want a massage. Back with more.
Now streaming online. Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com. Join the Inter Miami family in 2021 by becoming a 2021 season ticket member. Enjoy enhanced access benefits and pricing not available to general fans. Visit intermiamicf.com/tickets for more information.
If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dano, you missed.
I think we need to normalize the nickname Dick again. There used to be a lot of dicks. Now, people think about the male anatomy. I don't know why we can't use Dick as a nick. There was something the strong, silent type would have the name Dick. Yeah, sure, it was a nickname for Richard, but Richards now will just go by Rich or Richard. Like, nobody goes by Dick anymore. I think we need to normalize Dick.
Man of the Match with Alex Dano from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
Last night, Inter Miami CF lost to CF Montreal 2-0. Inter Miami CF was held to one shot on goal by Brett Shea. Next match is 4 p.m. Sunday in Cincinnati. And don't forget, at 3 p.m., Onside Radio has the pregame show with Big O and Alex Dono live from Dangerous Minds Brewing in Pompano. Miami Dolphins' schedule was released last night. They will start in New England and end with New England at home. 2 primetime games and a trip to London against the Jacksonville Jaguars October 17th. They will play Tom Brady once again in Tampa, this time October 10th. The Miami Heat welcome the Philadelphia 76ers into the AAA tonight. Tip-off for that game is at 7:30, and just like last game, it will be airing on TNT. The Miami Marlins beat the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 3 of their 4-game series, 3-2. Jesus Aguilar homered again, and his 9 homers for the season is 6th best in the MLB. The two teams are at it again at 9:40 with Trevor Rogers on the mound for your Fish. In other MLB news, the New York Yankees have confirmed 7 COVID-19 positive results on their coaching and support staff. You're listening to South Florida's only locally owned sports talk station, and coming up, it's more of the Onside Zone with the Big O right here at OnsideRadio.com.
Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Sean Stanley hosts the Square Circle Digest.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man.
Now, wrestling fans have a place to call home as Sean covers the very colorful world of wrestling. Tune in every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on the home for sports fans worldwide. OnsideRadio.com. Onside Radio continues to grow. To make your life easier, you can now find your favorite sports station by downloading the MyTuner Radio app and listen to your favorite OnsideRadio.com host or catch a great Inter Miami CF match. Go to your app store, download MyTuner Radio, and search Onside Radio, the home for the South Florida sports fan.
40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa! Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie. So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
right, welcome back. I just saw Yngwie Malmsteen is coming in concert, man. July 23rd. That is about 2 months away? 9 weeks away at the Culture Room in Fort Lauderdale at 7 o'clock. I will be there. Guaranteed. Go see a little Yngwie Malmsteen. Yes, I will wear my mask, even though I'm vaccinated. And Culture Room's a really small place. And then Korn and Stained are coming August 5th to I Think Financial Amphitheater, which is a.k.a., let's see, Sound Advice, a.k.a., what were the other ones? What was that? Perfect Vodka. I think it was AT&T for a short time. Cruzan. What else? I mean, it's had so many names, so now it's I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm Beach. August 5th, Korn and Stained. You bet your ass I'm going to be there. Oh, by the way, I got to tell my buddy that yes, I want to go. Yes, I want to go. Yes. So, yes, forgot about that, actually. I got too much on my mind. But I saw that this morning, Korn and Stained, that they announced their tour, and I was like, yeah. Love me a little Korn. Stained is good, too. I enjoy Stained. So that's going to be a really, really good concert. Big O, Kenneth Cleveland is live from the Boom Boom Room. The lovely ladies, Hallie, Selma, Sophia, Paige, Charlize, and Beyonce said they will nurse you back to health. They will nurse me to health in heaven. If they nurse me, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. That would be one hell of a group of nurses right there, man. Brooklyn Rob says, crypto bro, buy the dips and hold tight. Don't listen to a billionaire trying to manipulate the market for his own gain. You know that Elon, by saying, because the dip in Bitcoin came from Elon saying that he's not going to accept Bitcoin for Tesla as purchase until Bitcoin fixes their issues. And for those of you that don't know, the mining is done with gas, actually. And so then it's bad for the environment. So there's a lot of crypto is going for clean energy now. That's why Mayor Suarez, by the way, it's Suarez, right? Our mayor in City, Miami? Is it Suarez, the guy's name, the young guy? Right? I want to say. Anyways, if it's, I think it's Suarez. He's like, hey man, come, we want to bring the miners down here. We've got the nuclear power plant. We could give them clean energy, which is super smart on his part. And so then all of a sudden it dipped, and then that hit all the altcoins, a lot of altcoins. But notice this. I tweeted this out today. Cardano hit $2.10. It's at the 190s now, and it has not been affected by the dip. Ethereum went down a little bit, but it really has not been affected because while Bitcoin has been fluttering like it has for several weeks now, Ethereum shot up to $4,000 regardless. So Ethereum's not affected by it. And another one that I've been talking about is Polygon. Polygon has not been. So there are certain altcoins that have not been really affected that hard by Cardano has not been affected at all. In fact, Cardano's gone now to higher highs now. So this, I think we're starting to see now something develop in the crypto market, because for many years you can see Bitcoin dominance is down to 44%, where it was over 50% for it was at 60% for a long time. It's down to 44%. And I think the revolution that's happening now is that the crypto market is growing more and more and more to the point that it's a stock exchange. And now these individual businesses like Ethereum, like Cardano, like Polygon, like, you name it, Stellar, whatever, if you want to, you can start going through all of them. Now they will start to carry on their own because of the great projects and businesses that they are. Normally, for so many years, they've been guided by Bitcoin. As Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go up. As Bitcoin goes down, altcoins go down. And I know we're kind of in an altcoin season, but you saw that with the dips, when Biden opened his mouth, it dipped. When Elon opened his mouth now, it dipped, and a bunch of altcoins went with it. But the last couple of times when Biden talked, it did not crush Ethereum. Ethereum just took off. And now we're watching Cardano do the same thing. So I think things are changing, that certain projects that are just incredible companies and incredible investments, like I've been telling you about Cardano for a long time now, it's going to grow no matter what. So that is your crypto tip of the day. There you go, Alex. The crypto tip. Crypto Bro, Safe Moon to the moon and back. Tony, remember, be careful with Safe Moon. Safe Moon is made to hodl. Safe Moon may grow, but if you sell Safe Moon, you have to give 10% back. And then they tell you, well, the 10% gets spread out to the people that buy Safe Moon. Yeah, no. It goes, the major parts of whatever you sell will go to the people that own the most Safe Moon. So the people that own millions and billions of shares, they're the ones that are going to get that money that you sell. So it's profitable for them to hold on to it. For others, you got to be very careful with Safe Moon, okay? Because I still don't see enough of a project. I still don't see enough utility. I still don't see enough world usage for it to carry. You know what I mean? So be very careful with Safe Moon. Look at it more as a gamble than an investment. Just like Doge, just like Shiba, those are more gambles. They're not investments. You're getting in a VeChain, that's an incredible investment. You're getting into Cardano, that's an incredible investment. You're getting into Ethereum, that's an incredible investment. You understand? That's the differences. Binance, investment. Some of these other ones, it's more of a gamble, okay? That's part 2 of your crypto tip of the day, okay? There you go. I live in the home of corn, Bakersfield. That's what Joseph Rodriguez says. Nice. Question is, are the children of the corn there also? If they're there, I'm never going to visit you. I want nothing to do with your place because I don't want to run into those kids. Those kids are screwed up, those children of the corn kids. Okay? You ever see that movie, Alex? Children of the Corn?
Long time ago, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's an old movie from like the 80s, but like I saw it when I was like fairly young, yeah.
Yeah. Did it affect you for the rest of your life?
It was pretty like traumatizing at first. Yeah, I was like, like those kids are messed up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to find out if the kids from the corn are there. I want nothing
good happens in cornfields. If you think about it, especially movies, nothing good happens in cornfields.
Sometimes they light your ass up on fire there in the middle of a cornfield. You're right.
Yeah.
The only time something happened good in the cornfield was Field of Dreams.
Yeah, because if you build it, he will come.
There you go. They cut out a certain part of the corn. They made a diamond, and little did you know, there they are.
Great movie.
It is a great movie. It is a great movie. I'm with you there. 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. All right, outside of the crypto stuff, let's take a quick break. When we come back on the other side, I got to share some Dolphin stuff with you that pissed me off, frustrated me, and I'm just wondering, what the F are you thinking? That's next.
Now streaming online. Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. And with daily specials, there is something for everyone. If you're up for a challenge, you should take their famous boot tour. Finish 30 boots of different varieties of German beer, and you'll receive half price on their beer for life. And you'll get to take home your own boot and Checkers Old Munchin t-shirt. They also have outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music, as well as carry-out, curbside pickup, and delivery. So, for the finest German food and beer, get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations at 954-785-7565. That's 954-785-7565. We'll see you at Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach.
Baseball fans will go deep into the count with Alex Aguirre and Christian Chase. Catch the show that talks Marlins and all the big stories in the major leagues. Saturday at 8 a.m., exclusively at OnsideRadio.com. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
All righty. We take it till a little bit. Oh, man. All right. 888-441-4623. The text line, 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123 if you want to get in on the program. Let's see. What do we have here? Big O. I'm getting my second shot today at 1 o'clock. I will be returning back to South Florida this year, and I will be going to the Colts game week 4. Looking forward to coming back home. G from Pennsylvania. Love it, G. Good for you getting your shot, bro. Love it. Let's see. You are a trooper, Big O. Love you, man. I remember when Brandon was your producer. Missed that dude. Brandon's doing good. He works for NBC TV. He's been doing well there for a few years now. He got out of this. This business is terrible, man. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible business. It just is. Brandon did the right thing getting out. I see a 12-5 season. I'll take that. I love it. I see them this year 9-8. I expect more development this year, but not playoffs. Lots of new moving parts. I see playoffs in 2023. I see Super Bowl in 2023. That's where you and I differ on that one. Oh, got my tickets for the Colts game. Scott in Wichita, Kansas. Love it. Nice job by you, man. Call of Duty in New Jersey says Cardano just broke 210 now. Elon Musk is no longer taking Bitcoin and looking to invest in more environmental-friendly crypto. ADA. Crypto, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I got me lots of Cardano, bro.
Crypto, bro.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We haven't heard that one in a while. I love me some Cardano, man. You know, in my portfolio, Cardano has passed Bitcoin. You know, because if you know what you're doing, you'll end up making more money in altcoins than you will in Bitcoin. It's just the math tells you that. You can double, triple, 4 times, 6 times, 10 times your money a lot faster. In order to double your money on Bitcoin, like let's say you get in now at 50,000, you got to get to 100,000 to double your money. It's just not that easy. You know what I mean? That's why I told you VeChain, and VeChain's been consolidating now for a while. It's about to do that next takeoff. That's why I kept telling people when it was at 7 and 9 cents. Now that it's in the low 20s. A lot of you that had listened to me, you've already more than doubled your money. And now in the next time up, you're going to 4 times your money. So, yeah, you just got to be smart in the way you invest. And you got to know the companies you invest in, okay? And I know, I ran out of time, and I wanted to talk about the damn Dolphins. And now we got the top of the hour, but I'm going to talk about the Dolphins because I want to get this off my chest, okay? Big O, did you see the video with Colin Cowherd? I did not, bro. I really, seriously, there are things I stay away from in life, okay? Heroin, cocaine, crack, I don't know, things along those, and Colin Cowherd. Just the way I am, it's just one of those things. Like, I have no interest in watching or hearing anything that, see, I'm just not there's a lot of people in America that you may not like somebody, but then you still want to see or hear or hear what they say. If I don't like the person, I don't really hear it. So you'll have to tell me about it, or you'll have to play it for me, because I am not going out of my way ever to watch or listen to Colin Cowherd ever. I have zero respect for what he does. Zero. So, God bless him. He makes a ton of money talking his crap, but I zero. Okay? So I have no idea, man. I'll be the last guy to know whatever when I find out that he says something stupid on Dono's show, because he has that terrible take Tuesday, and so guys like Skip Bayless and him end up there. And these are guys that they're kind of like national trolls, and so that's why I can't really pay attention to national trolls. So I just wait for you guys to tell me, or maybe Alex here says, hey, did you see this stupid thing? Like, I got a couple of them coming up now that I've got to share with you guys. Cowherd is a clickbaiter. I agree. I completely agree. Ray says, now I got the WKRP theme in my mind. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati. See, I can't. It's just, when I try to go low, see, I can't. It's that damn polyp. That damn polyp doesn't let me go any higher. I got to keep everything deep. That's the octave I'm at. I can't go any lower or higher, that is, in this case. I can't do it. That damn polyp gets in the way. It's placed right there. So, no. You're going to have to tell me what Cal Turd said. What else do we have? You know what? Let's take a quick break. I promise you now, when we come back, I got to share this with you, because the problem with having TV on for 24 hours is you've got to fill the time. And then it gets to the point where it gets ridiculous and just stupid. And I'm going to share those with you when we come back here for hour number 2 on the Onside Zone.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Welcome to OnsideRadio.com. Broadcasting from South Florida to the world. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk.
This is like rock and roll with no music.
Follow us on social media at Onside Radio.
When you want local sports, 1260 WLESPN.
We're live and local.
Yes, what she said.
Well, it's what they wrote.
Look at it this way, honey.
Oh, no, here we go.
At some point, this was all live, and wherever it came from, it was local there.
You get that look whenever you stretch the truth, or when you need your laxative.
Ain't it awful?
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnsideRadio.com.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The Onside Zone.
And look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it.
The Onside Zone.
I don't care how you win a championship, dude. You can draft it, you can buy it, you can trade for it. Just win, baby.
The Onside Zone.
You're not Aladdin rubbing the lamp, and then Will Smith comes out and you ask him, hey, fix our dolphin problems. And there he goes. No, I'm sorry. It'd be nice if it was that easy, but it's not.
You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnsideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The Onside Zone with a big O.
All right. All righty. Welcome back. We take you till, I don't know, sometime in this hour we'll wrap it up, and, I got to watch The Voice. Now, Alex made me aware of something that I did not hear, and so he then gave me the heads up on it, and it's kind of silly. So Good Morning Football, which is on the NFL Network, they come up with, they talk football every day, and they do a good job overall, I got to say. But sometimes, they jump the shark. They get off the rails a little bit, They go to an extreme that is just kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? And today, Kyle Brandt had a very interesting statement about Tua, and I want you to listen to this, okay? I want you to listen really good. Fire it off there, Alex. Fire off Kyle Brandt.
Dolphins fans are pointing out, and they're splitting hairs on this. They're saying he wasn't benched, he was pulled. There's a difference. Benched means you're done. Pulled means we need to get you out for a little bit. We'll see. You don't want either of those from your guy this year. I look a couple weeks later. I want to see what Tua's made of. I'm going to Tampa. I'm going to the side of the Super Bowl. I want to see him stand in against that rush. And I want to see him against JPP and Shaq Barrett and Sue and all those guys, because I want to see what he's made of. I want to see what he's made of physically. And I think I even personally have underestimated what he went through coming off the hip injury a year before as a rookie. That's fine. But, this team is terrifying. Mahomes was running for his life. I call it like a rodeo clown in the Super Bowl. If Tua gets sacked 3 times in the first quarter, what's between the ears? Is he tough? Is he mentally tough? I don't even care if he wins the game necessarily. They'll be big underdogs, I'm sure. But I want to see what he is made of as the future of the Dolphins quarterback, even in losing, even in taking a beating. Take 6-7 sacks and see if he still gets back up. That's what I need from him.
Now, let me ask you something. The guy came back from hip surgery last year. Did this fool actually watch the Rams game? He went up against Aaron Donald. He got slammed by Michael Brockers. You're questioning the kid's toughness? I mean, whether it's Arizona, whether it's the Rams, he faced some tough opponents last year, and he took his share of shots. Questioning his toughness, most of us would have trouble farting after coming back from hip surgery. Okay? All right? Most of us would have trouble, including Kyle Brandt, to get in and out of his chair at Good Morning Football if he had hip surgery. This guy had a career-threatening injury and went to go play one of the most brutal sports in the world, NFL football. And he got crushed several times. And he got back up again. And if you want to question his toughness, just coming back from hip surgery and deciding to play NFL football, that's tough. Then playing an entire season of NFL football when you didn't have any time to prepare for the season, that's tough. The last thing I need to question is a dude that has busted both ankles and had them surgically repaired with what was the word that titanium rods that were put in his ankles. This is a kid that's had several surgeries now, and yet he finds a way back. Not only did he have career-threatening surgery in late November, he was ready in September. If anybody at this point is questioning Tua Tagovailoa's toughness, you're an idiot. His toughness is not to be questioned. Now, you want to question his durability? That's different. Don't question Alex Smith's toughness. Because when you suffer these kind of injuries and you're willing to go back onto the field where you suffered those injuries, your toughness is at an all-time high. Durability and toughness are two completely different things. Toughness is not anything to be questioned about with Tua. And if this dude needs to see this season to measure his toughness after what he's gone through in Alabama and now with the Dolphins, Brother, what's wrong with you? That's just talking shit and creating stuff for no reason at all. That's all you're doing there. Kyle Brandt. The next one is Peter Schrager, who I like, and I don't know if he's ever said it, but he has to be a Dolphins fan. Okay? He's always picking for the Dolphins and always, even when the Dolphins are bad, he has a much more positive outlook on them because I've noticed it over the years than you really should. You know what I mean? Like sometimes he wasn't even realistic about the Dolphins. So the schedule is out. Peter Schrager's got his opinions on the Dolphins and the schedule.
I go to that third game. They're playing at Las Vegas. That was Tua's House of Horrors last year. That's the game where Tua was benched. They were playing against the Raiders. They ended up winning the game because only Ryan Fitzpatrick replaced him. But remember, this was a Saturday night game on NFL Network. And I recall that Tua just could not get it going. And it wasn't like he was playing poorly with interceptions. It was like he wasn't taking any shots. It was all 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards. And finally, Flores said, "You're getting the yank." To be able to go back to that building, to go walk into that tunnel, to walk onto that field again and a chance to redeem yourself and say, no, that'll never happen again. I will never be forced to be benched because I am going to be the man the next 10 years here. That's huge, and that's right out of the gates, week 3. Done a lot of talk here on this show about this particular game. To then have just 3 weeks into the season, him go right back to that building, I think that's a major moment for Tua. We'll see what he's made out of.
I already know what he's made out of. I don't need to see it, but I don't think week 3 against the Raiders is really the ultimate test. I don't really fear the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are anything special. And he got benched because he's a rookie, and he was playing with very weak weapons. So at that point, you needed a more veteran player to kind of elevate the team a little bit, and that's exactly what Fitz did. So to me, it's just more part of the rookie growing pains that you have with normal guys that come into the league in their first year. You know, they could have done what they did with Peyton Manning. Just leave him in there and let him make all the mistakes and all that stuff, but they were trying to make the playoffs. So it's a different balance. When Peyton Manning was a rookie with the Colts, they didn't care. They were trying to develop the quarterback. So if he threw 25 interceptions, which is what he did, they didn't care. It was part of the development. They could sacrifice the whole team. Flores was not going to sacrifice the whole team. So he's thinking of winning. And so that's why it was handled differently. But for me, week 1 in New England is much more of a measuring stick of what he's got, because a great mind like Belichick is going to be playing chess against Tua for 4 quarters. So for me, that's much more of a litmus test to see where Tua is mentally at this level right now, because he's a young guy. So he's got to obviously learn all the different nuances of this league, all the different coverages, all the different defenses. And he's got to learn about Belichick, who tries to give you different looks and confuse you from one game to another, from one half to another. So for me, week 1 in New England is much more of a litmus test, not to see what he's made of, because I know what he's made of. I know he's tough. What I want to know is, how advanced is he as a quarterback at this point, as a professional quarterback in his second year, going up against one of the best defensive minds to ever coach in the NFL, and that guy's name is Bill Belichick. That, to me, is a real litmus test. Going up against John Gruden and his scowls and all that stuff, a team that just hasn't gotten anything done now for 4 years under Gruden, that's not a measuring stick. I'm sorry. Okay? It might be a measuring stick for a guy that parties, that if he goes to Vegas, will he stay away from partying? Maybe, yeah. That's not the issues with Tua. So I would disagree with Peter on that one. New England is way more of a test than the Raiders. That's the one I want to see overall. So those are 2 of the things that I just think, again, filling 24 hours, sometimes you got to say some crazy stuff. There's some crazy stuff. Okay? RC says, this is exactly what I question with him, is his durability. Arm strength as well. He's 100% now, so we have to see come the fall. His arm is fine. He'll look much better this year. I'm not worried about that. Durability is a question that everybody has to have with him, because that's just kind of what's happened to him. He's had way too many injuries. James says, just joined the show. Are we seriously still questioning Tua's performance last year? Got to be a slow news day. Yep. Yeah, basically. Brooklyn Rob says he should start questioning Burrow. Got destroyed last year, and since he did very well to improve that line. Tremolio says, I remember it broke Manning. I remember JT broke Manning's jaw in his rookie season. Ray says, well said, about Tua. Know the kid will kick butt this year. I'm looking forward to it, man. But again, I'm one that probably has a little bit more faith in what's going on. By the way, please don't forget to absolutely crush the like button there and support our station, support our shows, whether it's Kai that's on, whether it's Toast, whether it's Dono after us. Please hit that like button because that is so important for the algorithm for all of our shows and our station. Very, very importante. Okay? Tua bulked up big time. Well, Tua got to work on his body this year. He had a rehab last year. The entire time he spent rehabbing and getting his hip ready. Now he can now build on his core. You'll see. I'm not. The last thing I'm worried about is Tua. That's the beauty. Did you see that the Dolphins tried to claim Kerryon Johnson? So if Philly would not have picked him up, I saw the story. I think it was Field Yates that reported it. That the Dolphins did put in a claim for Kerryon Johnson. So they were looking for another big back to bring in for competition. I like that. I like that they're trying to do that. And did you see the other thing on the schedule? They go to London to play the Jags, but they get no bye week after that. Did you see that? Did you notice that, Alex?
Not, you just pointed that out now because I read the update and I kind of, had a light bulb pop in my head. I'm like, that's kind of messed up. Don't you think that their bye is week 14?
They play the 10th at Tampa, so it's not a long trip. Then the 17th, they're at Jacksonville. And then the 24th, they're home against Atlanta. Meanwhile, the Jags get a bye week after the game. I don't know if you knew that.
I mean, we're going to probably see some of that type of special treatment now coming to Jacksonville and little.
Why? Because they're the London Jags, and they gave up a home game.
I mean, also they're. I think the NFL is just trying to put more emphasis into Jacksonville because Trevor Lawrence is there now. I don't think they're trying to push the envelope on Tebow, but I think with Lawrence,
absolutely. Definitely not.
I feel like they're trying to, draw attention to Jacksonville for the reasons of Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer and trying to, trying to help that franchise in a way. But I think it's still very messed up that the Dolphins don't like their scheduling is kind of altered like that and compared to Jacksonville.
It's just weird, bro. Why wouldn't you give a team coming back from London an off week, dude?
Aren't the Dolphins doing the NFL a favor by going to London and playing in London for them?
I don't know if they're doing them a favor or they got to do it or that was something that was agreed upon before. I have no idea, dude. I know Miami is really popular in London, so there's a lot of fans because I talk to them. They DM me all the time. They tweet at me, all that stuff, all the damn time. I didn't want to hear about Miami's defense being surprised by Cam Newton running the ball like they said after week 1 of last year. I don't think anybody said that. I think we all expected Cam to run the ball. What else is he going to do? That's what he does. He's always done that. And he'll do it again the week 1. He'll do it again. It's not. I don't remember anybody saying it was a surprise. Let's see. Matt Walker says, we'll see how things go this year, but I have high confidence in this team. RC says, I want to start a partnership with you and broadcast Friday Night Lights with Onside Radio. What are you talking about, like high school games or something? Or you want to bring the movie to Onside Radio? So what are we talking about here on Friday Night Lights? Talking about high school? James Roman says, did you hear that Randy Rhoads is getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for musical excellence? Yes, I read it yesterday, my friend. Musical Excellence Award went to LL Cool J, Billy Preston, and Randy Rhoads. But let me tell you something. LL Cool J needs to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, period, not musical excellence. We already know that. And then the early Lifetime Influence Awards, I talked about this yesterday, Kraftwerk, Gil Scott-Heron, and Charlie Patton. And like I said, Kraftwerk supposed to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, should have been in there years ago. They are one of the 5 most influential musical bands in the history of music. Any genre you want to put together, they are one of the most influential bands ever. And no reason they shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. It's insulting. It shows me that the Rock Hall people that elect, they don't know enough about music to not get Kraftwerk in there. So, yeah. And Randy, obviously, his work with Quiet Riot before Ozzy wasn't that known because they didn't hit it big until Metal Health. And then that's when, obviously, they really exploded. But then that was Carvazzo. That was the guitarist at that time during that album, not because Randy was already with Ozzy at that time. I'm glad Miami doesn't have a bad week after London, so it's later in the season because of the extra game. Yeah, but I'm not a fan of that, man. It's a lot of wear and tear on the body. You know what I mean? So, Alex says the narrative after the loss versus New England was the defense was being surprised by the QB running game. No, I don't think so. Show me a quote where a defensive player for the Dolphins said they were surprised that Cam was running. I'd like to see that quote because I don't remember it, my brother, at all. Now, if you tell me that people were saying that, well, that's them, not the players. How could you be surprised that Cam is running when that's what he does? His passing isn't good enough without running. He has to run so he can occasionally pass. Because if you then make him a passer, you're done because he can't be a passer. You know? So, yeah. It is what it is. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Text line 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Back with more right here on OnsideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
At OnsideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork and our Chirping the Cats report.
After a high-energy day on the ice on Wednesday, the Panthers are taking Thursday off as they continue to gear up for their first-round playoff series against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Trade deadline acquisition Sam Bennett remained absent from the ice after skipping Florida's final regular season game, though head coach Joel Quenneville did say he expects the skilled centerman to be back when the team resumes practice on Friday. Bennett has been on fire since arriving in Florida, finishing the season with 6 goals and 15 points in just 10 games with the Panthers. We may not know yet when Game 1 between the Cats and Bolts will be, but we know it'll be at the BB&T Center, where Florida enjoyed their highest points percentage in franchise history this season. The Panthers finished the year with the 25-3 mark on home ice, picking up points in an extremely impressive 23 of 28 contests. If they can keep it going against the Lightning, Florida will advance to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs for the first time in 25 years.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dono, you missed.
And this happens in a lot of food polls, right? When I put out a food discussion and I claim that one thing is better than the other, the people who are the fans of the thing that I don't like as much will always say,
oh, you've never had my abuelita's tres leches. Well, no crap. I don't know your grandma. She's
I
never
hate that
invited me.
argument.
I hate that argument. It's like, oh, wait, you think tiramisu is better? You've never had my abuelita's homemade tres leches. Well, until she invites me over, bro, how am I supposed to try? You've clearly never been to Florence where they have great tiramisu, so don't give me your crap. You've never had my nonna's tiramisu.
Yeah, I haven't.
And you'll never have it. She's dead.
Oh, God.
You'll never have it.
I really wanted to.
You're SOL. She didn't save the recipe. It died with her.
Oh, no.
Man of the Match with Alex Dono on South Florida's home for sports talk, OnsideRadio.com.
Alrighty. So I see Victor Oladipo is set to have quadriceps surgery. So he's done for the year. And, you know, the one thing about this story that just absolutely roasts my ass, okay? I mean, just gets me livid and pissed off. And, dude, I love Riley. I would never say fire Riley, get rid of Riley. The game's passed him by, this and that. But if he makes a mistake, I'm going to point it out, you know? And I did my share of ripping when they signed Dion Waiters to a 4-year contract and he needed surgery. And I'm like, what the hell is that? What are you thinking, Pat? Plus, it's Dion Waiters. He can't be trusted. And would you go off of 30-game performance? We kind of become prisoners of the moment a little bit when it comes to Heat Nation and maybe Heat front office too. You know, it's like the guy played for a 30-game stretch, the greatest 30-game stretch he ever had in his career, that him and Goran looked like they were, I mean, out of another world for a little bit. And that's what you wrote on and you gave him a 4-year contract? And the Hassan Whiteside deal, I never wanted to give him that money. I was on record that there was no way I would give that moron $100 million. Why? Because he's a moron. If I'm going to give somebody $100 million, he's got to be made like Bam, dude. He's got to be a character person, somebody you can trust, somebody that you want representing your organization. And to me, you know, that year where you fell in love with 31-10, you and I can fall in love and get psyched for 31-10. The people in the Heat front office, they cannot be fooled by that. Okay? And so far I've heard Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman both say, and I love them both, but I've heard them both say, no, you give them like a 2-year, $30 million deal. What? Listen, I had a roundtable question I posed to everybody several weeks ago, and I was one that said exemption, okay? I might have been the only one that said that. I think maybe everybody else went with multi-year deals at that time. And at that time, I said exemption. Do you know where I'm at now? Half the exemption. If Pat Riley gives Oladipo a 2-year, $30 million deal, like Ethan said, or like Ira said, a 2-year whatever, I am going to absolutely lose it. And unfortunately, I'll be ripping Pat Riley for it. Listen, if you don't have options because you can't find a whale and you can't get a whale to commit, or you can't pull a whale from somewhere else, or you can't find a disgruntled whale like Pat Riley's magically done throughout his Heat tenure, don't do it out of stupidity and desperation. Because signing Oladipo to any kind of a multi-year contract is stupidity and desperation. It's not smart. That's a guy already that mentally, he's out, dude. He's done. That's what I've learned from Oladipo. From the short time being here, that's what I've learned already. This is a guy that mentally will probably never overcome his injuries. And he'll never be that guy again. He lost his edge, put it that way. That's what I feel with Oladipo. And when I see this, all I think about is Dion Waiters. Why would you bring this guy back? And any Heat fan that wants him back on a multi-year deal, you're just desperate too. And you're desperate, and you're hanging on to something that isn't realistic. Because it's not realistic to think that he's going to stay healthy at this point. Because a lot of it. So I would stay absolutely 10 million miles away from Oladipo. And the only deal I would sign with him is that exemption that you can split it in half, and I'd give him half in it. Whatever it is, like 7 million, 8 million, whatever that exemption is, you give him 3 or 4. I'll take that chance. That way, you're taking no chances, basically. You're not taking up cap space. If he is what he is, you just then get rid of him, and it's not the worst cap. But if you're stuck with a 2-year, $15 million deal, or 3 years or whatever, then all of a sudden you're stuck with that liability the entire time. So I feel terrible for him that he got injured again and that he's having terrible luck, and that's just not the way you want to end your career. I get all of that, but if you're the Miami Heat, you're not here to do favors for anybody, dude. You're here to try to build the best team possible and put reliable people on the floor. And that's where Oladipo is completely out of gas. He is no longer and is not reliable whatsoever. So signing him to a multi-year deal, you're asking for a lot of trouble, and you're not going to get anywhere with it. 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. If you want to get in on the program, we take you till now, basically. Heat back in action tonight, by the way, at 7:30. AAA TNT taking on the 76ers. And the Panthers will start their playoffs against the Lightning on Sunday at 7:30. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to wrap it up here. We're going to stick to the hour and a half that the doctor told us to stay on, so we can make sure that we take care of the voice and not burn it out. Still got a couple more broadcasts this week that I've got to get through because we will have surgery on Thursday. But we thank everybody out there, as always, for tuning in, for supporting us. Appreciate it immensely. We will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Alex, excellent work by you, sir. Thank you all. Appreciate you all for supporting us.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show.